Okay, listen, you've heard of Madonna, you've heard of Cher, and you've heard of Dawnna. It's the first name women's club, and I'm here with the amazing and awesome Dawnna St. Louis, and we're talking about the Key West Cigar Peg Mastermind experience. So Dawnna, this was what, boy, it was weeks and weeks and weeks ago now,
Yeah.
but still very prominent in my mind, and I'm guessing yours as well. What were some of the big takeaways for you?
Ooh, okay, so here's a little promotion. One of the big takeaways actually was from you, David. I got this whole template in regards to how to do a great webinar. Just how do you set up, what's the script for a webinar? And that was fantastic. So I really, really love that. And then from Robert Bradford, he talked about how to use ClickFunnels, how to use it successfully. Because of course I'd heard of it, and a lot of people have, but he talked about how to use it successfully. So take Robert's ClickFunnel magic and combine that with your webinar magic. And what we have here is called money-making magic. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, that's a great example of a takeaway. And talk a little bit about some of the value that you got even from the structure, because we kind of did a unique thing where we're not cooped up in a room all day, right? It's a half-day format, half-day something else. Talk about how that energy worked.
Yeah, the structure was cool. So first of all, I'm not a morning person. So we started around 9, and the operative word there is around 9. So it was like 8:50 to 9:05. There wasn't this really hard, tight structure that you're like, I gotta be down at 8 o'clock and get food. So that was number one. But then number two, which I thought was also really cool, was that we went up until around 12:30, and things were a little more loose. It was, these are 2 things we're going to learn this morning, which is great because, by the way, adults don't learn that much after 3 hours. So it was great for that morning because we got a lot of information. But then the real value came in when you go to lunch and you get to debrief with people and you get to talk to them about what you learned, and you get to dive a little deeper and have these deeper conversations. And then you get time to yourself to actually go and apply or whatever you want to do back in your room. And then you have time again in the evening to talk even more. So it was not just getting the information, it was being able to communicate and hash out and expand and do more and just, let your brain relax or go deeper. And that was really cool. So it was that nice, get it all in the morning and then do whatever you need to do in the afternoon. I think we had great conversations by poolside that provided just as much value as it did in the 3 hours.
Absolutely right, for sure. Now, talk a little bit also about, as people are considering applying for this. And I think one thing that we should say, by the way, is that everyone who came this year is already committed for next year. So half the slots are already gone.
They're already gone.
That in itself is a pretty good testimonial because we're all willing to take out time, very valuable time, even more so than money. Little bit of money, lots of time and dedication because we got so much value this time that we're willing and committed to do it next time. So I think half the slots are already taken. Talk to someone who might be on the fence and considering applying for one of the remaining slots. What would you say to that person? What would your advice be?
Well, I think it's what are you coming for, right? So the one thing that I noticed about what everyone brought to the table was it was one of those quote unquote open the kimono exercises of this is what is making me money in my business right now. And no one in there was trying to sell to the other people there. So there wasn't a thing where we looked at everyone as this is a good possibility to make these people our clients. It was, this is what I'm doing to make money and how can you do it? So it was really one of those things where if you're showing up, you're literally showing up not to make people that are in the room your clients, number one, and number two, you're showing up to give your best money-making ideas, right? This is not for the person who is the tire kicker, wants to see maybe if it's right for them and maybe I can hang out with the cool kids. It's not going to work. It's also not for people who are coming that are looking for more clients because we're probably not your clients. A lot of us can do it ourselves. It's also not for the person who is such an expert and they know so much and they have everything going for them that they have absolutely no vulnerabilities whatsoever in their business, and therefore they're not open to getting information. In other words, this is about giving as much as it is about getting. So you have to really be open to, hey, there's something I can learn here. And it kind of brings that, when you come with that open mind of coming to learn as well, you give other people the respect that they deserve, and you get yourself off of that pedestal. You know what I mean? You're like, hey, we're here with everybody to learn something. So I think that's really
absolutely. Well, and what you said right there is, I think, hugely important, is that this is not about, this is for already successful people who want to get more success.
Who are making money.
Right, yes. Exactly. So, you're already making money. You're not some broke-ass wannabe. But at the same time, no matter how advanced and how masterful you are, you're making hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars in some cases, you are open to taking it to the next level, doing better, innovating, improvising, taking that, it's that classic one idea concept, right? You walk away with that one idea. And, a good friend of ours, Joaquin De Posada, who passed away a couple of years ago, he and I were having lunch one day at a meeting. And we're having some conversation about what's next for you and what are you working on and so forth. And he's just, he's eating his salad, very calm, very cool. And he just looks up to the general table and he says, we're all just one idea away from $1 million business. And if you're running a $1 million business, you're one idea away from a $2 million business. However far up the ladder you want to go. But it really is about that one idea. So if you're an already successful speaker, expert, coach, consultant, just like Dawnna said, and you have something that you want, something that you came with a missing piece to your puzzle, I think those are the folks that got the very most out of it. And luckily this first time, that described all of us.
What I thought?
That one missing agenda piece.
And what I thought was really cool is that we didn't come in with this preconceived notion of this is what is broken in our business. In other words, we didn't come in with that self-analysis and diagnosis, right? Because if I would have walked in saying this is what was wrong with my business, I would have spent my whole time with blinders on, only looking for this one thing. What was so cool is that because we didn't come in with that, so what do you need fixed? What do you need fixed? What do you need fixed? And everyone going to solution mode, it left our minds open to go, oh, wait a minute, I didn't even think about going that direction, which was amazingly cool, because now all of a sudden I had information. The problem that I thought I had, I actually didn't have. And I was like, oh, there's a whole new solution over here I didn't even look at. So that was really kind of a nice thing about the format as well. That looseness to the format did leave it open for interpretation of what you thought your challenge was as compared to what solutions you actually got.
Yeah, no, I love that. And that point about not having the blinders on and finding solutions to problems you didn't even know you had.
Exactly.
I love that. Absolutely. So just to put a ribbon around all of this genius that you're sharing, what would be just your final parting words of wisdom? Someone's looking at 2017 or they're looking at the next Cigar Peg, Key West Mastermind. What should be going through their heads? What factors should they weigh before they hit the apply button, before they make a commitment to see if there's still a spot for them?
Okay, so here, I like to do the disqualification part. I'm going to go that direction, right? I'm going to tell you, first of all, it's probably not right for you. So if your skin is very thin, it's not right for you. If you're offended by certain 4-letter words, like, poor, if you're offended by certain 4-letter words, it's probably not right for you, although poor is not one of those. Rich, if you're offended by rich, though, you should not show up. If you are, so if you have thin skin, if you get offended easily, don't show up. If you are not willing to bring your top money-making idea to the table and beyond the event, be willing to share with others how they can implement it, it's not for you. You really have to come there with a full idea of, I'm coming here to show, to share, to help these colleagues of mine be my partners in the future, so that way we can all be racing our yachts together. If you're not coming with that mindset, then this is not for you. This is really for people who are sitting there going, this is what made me 6-7 figures last year. I can share this 6-7 figure with these people. These people are not my competitors. They are not my customers. They are my colleagues and future partners. If you have that mindset, then yes, apply. And just because you apply doesn't mean you're going to get in.
I love, and we're going to rename the group now. It's now the Yacht Racing Mastermind.
Yacht Racing Mastermind.
.com.
.com. And David will go get that .com right now.
That's right. I'm getting it, and I'll sell it back to Ed. I'll do whatever it takes to make money, because that's what we talked about at Key West.
Exactly.
All right, my friend. Well, fantastic words of wisdom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you, if not before, I will see you in Key West, and maybe we'll see you. Maybe we'll see you in Key West too. So, Dawnna, thank you so much.
Absolutely.